Hey guys, Melon here, and I am just about to have a conversation with a very important man to me, for my life, in my life. Elitom Elamin. Elitom Elamin. He is my my mentor right now. He's my mentor right now. The biggest influence in my life right now. Yeah. The last couple of years, this man has inspired me. Um, it was 3 years ago that I read a book that changed my direction. And the author of the book was Dr. Arnold Ehret, an MD. Was he American born or European? German? Might have been German, but did spend some time in the US, but had a healing sanatorium center in Europe and cured thousands of people naturally. Now, that's the most modern account of the things that I'm talking about that has been, I think, recorded most completely, openly, transparently, and honestly. And Dr. Ehret fasted, went without food for 49 days. So in the modern era, and I say it, in the modern era, in the last 110 years, but the stuff I'm talking about here, this stuff is not only 110 years old. Okay, the stuff that I'm talking about, that I'm sharing about healing your life, about changing your life, about having the power within you to choose to change anything you want in your life, that's always been. I'm not a first timer to talk about these things. No. It has always been here. Natural healing. Healing has always been here. All beings in the three-dimensional sentient beings, sentience, awareness, aware beings. But even the ant is sentient. It's a part of the global energetic field of ant. We're a part of the global energetic field of humanity. We are one love. One love. All of us are one love. Oneness. We're all a part of it. Elitom Elamin, it has been my physical being mentor the last 3 years, ever since I stumbled across the book in such a specific time, in the way that it was received by me and how I got it, and all the circumstances of my life, how they came together for me to find the book when I was looking for it and it appeared. And in that book were the grassroots of what I'm practicing now. I've just been invited to be a recognized and speak in Italy next year in June. So I've reached out to Elitom, my mentor, to talk to him about that today for sure. That's one of the biggest reasons. That was the true inspiration of this call today. And I'm just waiting for Elitom on the call right now. So he told me to be on here today for 1 o'clock. I have fulfilled my obligations, and he's just taking care of some things, and hopefully he'll be online with us very soon. I'm super excited to speak with him, as I always am whenever I get an opportunity to speak with him. I have spent time with him in physical contact with him twice now this year. Up until this year, I had only spoken to him in the way that we're going to be speaking. Here he is, in the way that we're speaking, like right here, right now. Elitom Elamin, have I got you in my space, my online digital space? Are we in the same digital frequency? Yes, we are.
Well, finally.
Ask
My brother
and you
from
shall
another
receive. Ask and you shall receive.
mother.
Seek and you shall find. Seek and you shall find. When the pupil is ready, the teacher will appear.
That's right. And here we are. This is so fantastic. Oh my gosh. So good to see you again.
Thank you, sir. So good to speak with you again.
Oh man, I'm loving it. You can see we out on wonderful Venus Beach.
I've been to Venice Beach.
Oh man.
It's the Mecca of bodybuilding.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. This is the place.
This is the place.
Oh, so Venice Beach is saying hi to you then. This is like your stomping ground.
I'm in Venice Beach. I'm in Venice Beach. Wow.
This is
Again,
it, man.
I have been there. I've been there a couple of times to Muscle Beach. Did you go to Muscle Beach?
Oh, of course. I believe so.
Did you go where the gym is on the beach?
Oh no, I'm where a skateboarding park is at.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. You got to go
Right.
check out where the gym is on the beach. You're going to find it down there. Ask where the gym is on the beach. Ask where the
I'm
gym
gonna
is.
go find it today.
Yes, you ask them where it is. Where's the gym on the beach? If you want to go someplace else down there, you go to Gold's Gym. There.
Oh man, it's on now.
Okay.
Hey, because this is what it's all about, a health message. Many different levels and degrees, but it's about health.
More than anything else, this is about health.
Right. And when we come into the breath theory and knowledge, we're just extending it to another level, because now we're in an age where we realize that what you put in your body does affect you, whether it's negative or positive.
Whether you put it in your mouth or you put it on your skin.
Exactly. So that right there is on a chemical, energetic level, and humanity has got more knowledge now. So now we're just taking it further so we can better our lifestyles in this dispensation of time. Knowledge has increased. It got a lot better. So you said a good point. Whether if you put it in your mouth or your skin, it affects you. Now, I'm glad you brought that up about the skin. I'm doing a breath theory retreat right now, and I was telling them some hacks of the computer. You know, you can learn on the journey.
Life hacks.
Life hacks.
Get my 7 life hacks. Oh, man. I had you and then I lost you, man.
So they tell you in holistic medicine, if you can't eat it, don't put it on your skin, right? Well, when you're on a breath theory journey, we do understand when your body is getting rid of old cells, building new cells. It's also built new arteries, new energy channels and stuff like this. So if you're trying to go into this too fast, that's why people lose too much weight and all this other stuff. But there is some life hacks you could take. Instead of going through your mouth, you can start allowing certain things to absorb itself through your skin. So it's just like with the scriptures where they got a person anointing themselves with oil, you can use certain things like olive oil, sesame seed oil, you know, things that will go through your skin, that will go into your blood cells, that will help your body upgrade itself so it can have help build new arteries, build new energy pathways until you get a lot stronger. So you can actually nourish yourself through your skin until you get used to this new concept.
Yeah, and you can also nourish yourself from within.
Right. That's what it's all about. Now, I'm glad you brought that up. Now, listen at this. Earlier, I was talking about, and I'm doing a retreat showing them. You ever heard of this book, The Autobiography of a Yogi?
I've heard of that book, but I haven't seen it or looked at it before.
Well, check this out. This is a well-known book, and I never read it too until I got here. And then I seen a movie that's written about him.
Oh,
now, this
cool.
is amazing. This book right here, he came here in the 1920s. He's a yogi who wrote this book. He came to California in the 1920s to America. But this is the first book that actually brought the idea of food freedom.
Oh.
To the West. It's already been here. Truth was hidden in plain sight. So he died here in California, so his ashram is here. I'm going to go check that out. But what I want people to know is how knowledge increases or evolves. He brought it here in the 1920s, and the way he had to teach spirituality was he taught people how to go inside. Before then, people was going outside with this external God. And then he was telling them that the electricity that nourished the body is in the spinal cord.
Well,
Wow.
let me think about something here. He did this in 1920. Arnold Ehret was 1910. So Arnold Ehret wrote the book, The Mucusless Diet, after a 49-day fast.
Right.
So this was the introduction to breatharianism with Ehret writing this book and healing people in the 1900s in his sanatorium in Europe or Germany.
Right.
And 1920, we've got this guy coming from Europe, from Asia or the East, and bringing yoga and saying you don't need to eat and marrying that in the yoga. Because it's a
right.
of mind, body, spirit, which is what yoga is.
Exactly. And this is how all of this came here, but humanity collectively just got to get prepared for it now. So you and I are like the reincarnations of this knowledge. The idea, you can't kill the idea. So what we picking up right now, we're catching people up, carrying on these people's work.
Because we know it, because it's inside of us. We already know it. So when we see it and we hear it, go, yeah, that's it. I know that that's right.
Absolutely. So now we're just, oh my gosh, this is wonderful, ain't it? So right now we're just educating people to get.
He's gone again. We're on Venice Beach. We are with Elitom Elamin, and we are just having a catch-up. We haven't spoken for a couple of months. It's been a couple of months since we spoke, Elitom. The last time we spoke online was August. Was middle of August. What are we now? Middle of November, September, October. It's been about 12 weeks since we chatted, buddy. You've grown monumentally.
Oh, absolutely. And guess what? I'm doing this retreat in California right now. Somebody just showed up from Canada, Toronto. No, I believe they're further up near Quebec. But this is what they said. They said, we need to do it again up in Canada, which we are. And that's what it's all about, spreading the message. They heard about that retreat you and I done, but they couldn't come at the time. But I'm getting so much calls up there from Canada. So that just shows you.
We're doing it again in Canada next August 19th.
Absolutely.
That's my birthday. So I know we're doing it. It's right around there. I'm not sure the dates yet, but we're doing it next year. But
absolutely.
But let me confirm something with you, Elitom. I've been invited to speak at the Breatharian Pranic World Pranic Breatharian.
The World Pranic Festival.
World Pranic Festival, yes.
In Italy.
Have you been there?
I did the first and second one when they first started, and every year I'm over the I teach over the Videocom. So I'm
Okay.
present every year.
Okay.
It is a good place to go. You'll meet all other types of people all around the world, and every year it's getting bigger and bigger. So of course, last year I talked over the video telecom, but this year I'm going in person also.
Oh,
so what you and I should do, hey, in the first year that I went,
all right. So we're going there in June. Now,
right.
Now, let me just, this is the reason why I wanted to talk with you today the most. Of course, I always want to talk to my brother, but this is the biggest reason why I wanted to talk to you today, was should we plan a retreat together at the Pranic Retreat Festival? Should we bring a community together and do something over there together?
Absolutely. We got to do it. If you could think it, we can do it.
I'm thinking it. Do you like the idea?
Now check this out. Now, when I went to the first Pranic Festival in Italy, I actually put the message out there who wanted to come with me. And I had a couple people at the time actually come from America with me to Italy, to Europe, to represent the USA. It was a good trip, and they're glad they came. So now we can also put that out there. Let's go as a group from the US, Canada, to go over to Europe, dealing with the Pranic Vibe as a big team, a big group.
Would we get a place there, you and I, and we'd have a place where we would be staying, and we would have our group there with us?
Absolutely.
So we can teach there, and we can invite others to join us.
Absolutely. Now, keep in mind, even at the World Pranic Festival, when the people sign up to go in there, they got their things set up where people could get accommodations. And also, he got a big field where a whole lot of people be actually bringing their tents camping. So that's set up right there once people register there. But for people who want to get accommodations elsewhere, we could set that up too. Or people basically do that on their own.
Perfect.
Everything is falling right in place.
Perfect.
All we got to do is show up and do our thing and be holy, be whole,
be whole, be connected, be.
And now, and there's other good things. Not just going there, you're going to meet all these Pranic people, hear all these Pranic journeys, different levels and degrees, and also Rome is one of the historical places on the planet. You get to take tours and on your own to just see the city. If you've never been to Europe,
I can't believe I'm going there with my brother.
Absolutely. And we're going to run hard too. I love having fun. and keep in mind that.
And empty. Wild, raw, and empty.
Right. And keep in mind, when I went the first time to do my talk, I decided to get some people to play some instruments. So I started the Pranic band idea. So every year after that, of course, they got the music and they got the Pranic band. Nicholas Pilartz is doing a really great job keeping that rhythm and that mood going with the Pranic Festival. But now I think I've upgraded. Right now I got, of course, you see me with Athena Starseed. She's a singer. We're doing some Pranic music right now. So we're bringing some Pranic music with us that we're going to actually get on the surface. Hope we could draw other people out to start bringing this type of music on the scene. Because living with no food, little food, or no food at all is real.
It's real. It's possible. And it's wonderful.
Absolutely. And see, music, we're using that as a vehicle now because life is music. Life is a synthesis. Everything moves and vibrates. So when you're playing those mantras, those songs, it starts talking to us on a deeply spiritual, energetic level. And that right there has the power to transform you. I did a mantra type song that I put out there. And every once in a while, somebody call me, and it's a great, um, how should I say? I thank them for it, you know, because they're telling me how that song is transforming them, listening to the words with the music over and over again. So we got to start doing these things of reprogramming ourselves from that last idea to bring us into this new idea, this new paradigm shift of the mind. This retreat right now that I'm doing is really upgraded, you know, because of course I get better at it and the frequency is picking up and people are realizing it's just dealing with all the mind, the mental transformation. Once that takes place, everything else falls in place by itself.
So to be clear, it's about an upgrade of the mind. It's not about food, Elitom.
No, it's not. And Athena said to me a couple of days ago, she just got a download when she said, when she realized it, it's not about food. Breatharian is a consciousness that must be developed and grow.
And it does develop and grow as long as
Yes.
you follow the rules. There are rules. There are universal laws and rules that can guide you to the light, because the light here is constant white light. It's trying to bring you back to the white light.
Right. And it purges you out. It heals you. It cleanses you on things that we don't even know that's holding us back. So that's why you just got to let go and allow the light to do its work and get out the way.
You don't know what's holding you back. You've got emotional stuff there.
Right. Don't even know. Because not only we got our baggage from this lifetime, there's a thing called epigenetics in the scientific field. Something could be bothering you right now from a trauma that took place from a great-great-grandmother. That is something, ain't it? We just born into it. So when you deal with the breatharian journey that's bringing you back to the light, it's going that deep into our cellular memory, cleansing us so that it can bring more light to the body. So that's why people, it ain't about making that hard, rigid plan, trying to fast your way into breatharianism. That's not what we're talking about. Just last night we did a class where we did an art class where people was painting their rainbow bodies. And you should have seen the glow, the breakage and the release just for something that simple. And we're not even talking about the food. There's another consciousness that's being built inside of us. That's building up past trauma, all this other stuff we're dealing with day-to-day life. You're learning how to look at things differently, stay into the unity frequency.
You're learning how to be present. You're learning how to be present. You're learning how to be learning how to be more present. And the habit of the human habit is to always avoid pain. The human habit is always trying to move toward comfort. And because of that, people have recognized that they can program the human, because the human will always choose comfort. And because of that, the human will turn his head toward the darkness and look only to the light and give up half of himself, not acknowledge half of himself, not acknowledge half of the wealth that's inside of him. He
right.
Away from the shadow, avoids it, puts it away, doesn't look at it, packs it away in a box, and half of himself is packed away in a box, and he's only functioning with half of his being.
Right. That is something, isn't it? So this is working on our total, everything.
You have to unite the being. You have to bring the shadow to the light. You have to bring
right.
to the shadow. You have to accept the shadow, see the shadow, be with the shadow, sit with the shadow, embrace the shadow, transmute the shadow, transcendence, lift up the shadow through the higher chakras. You must lift up the energetic shadow.
Right.
Consciously.
Right. And see, just like you said, we're bringing the scriptures back to life. Jesus said, if I be lifted up, that's what it's talking about. Lifting up those energies, I'll draw all men unto me. Or just like how Moses lifted up the serpents in the wilderness.
This is not
The
the first
serpent
time
must
this
come up.
has been
The
spoken.
energy
This
must
is not
come
the
up.
first time these things have been said. We are not
Right.
pioneers. We are old souls. We are old souls sharing old ideas that have always been here.
Absolutely. And that's what makes it fun. That means if it's been here for a long time, it's acceptable to everybody. As I travel around and meet different people and do these different things, the hardest skeptic is being turned over. You understand? Because it's user-friendly, it's understandable. We're not talking something that's real far out there that you cannot reach. You don't need an extra heart, an extra lung.
The being inside understands. The being,
Absolutely.
when you start speaking the truth, when you start speaking your light, the light in the other being recognizes it. Even if their mind is going, I don't get how this is possible, or this doesn't make sense. They understand the truth, because the truth is in every single one. So they're going to hear. Eventually, they're going to hear.
Right. Whoever have an ear, let them hear what the Spirit is saying. Because you got two ears and one mouth for a reason. You should listen more than you talk. Really listen. And most people make decisions fast off of their past belief system or current belief system. But when you start
what is the
really
foundation of this? What is the foundation?
Meditation. Meditation is the foundation.
What is meditation?
Meditation is basically what we're talking about, is channeling the energy in the body so that the energy centers can either stay open, or if they block, they can be open. Now this is the key.
Meditation is medication.
It's medication. That's it. So if you really know how to meditate, you shouldn't get sick. That is bold. And if you know how to meditate, if you are sick, you should be able to reverse that sickness. This is powerful. We're straight saying it. We are energy light beings all the way through. Not just on an unseen level. My physical body here, you're looking at energy. I'm a carbon being. And energy, electrons is going through my body because carbon is a good conductor of energy. This is powerful, ain't it?
This is science. The electromagnetic field, the energy is science. The alkalinity, the acid and alkalinity is science. Okay? And then that is about the physical world, the mechanical world, the body, the 3D. But there's another part too. There is the spirit on the other end. There's the physical body, and then there's the spirit. This is a world of duality. There's always two poles. There's 3D body, and there is spirit on the other pole. These are two poles. In between the two is the mind.
Right.
The mind is between the two poles. And the mind is the key.
Right.
If the mind is not right, the energy of spirit cannot marry with the energy of body. The 3D being is split in half. The being is divided. It's not whole.
Absolutely. And look how you say, or they told us in ancient times, the tree of good and evil. Right there, that's polarity, duality. That's the tree right there. So when you constantly living your life and have a thought process stuck in duality, not understanding, that's what caused the fragmentation, and a person is destroying themselves through inner energy. You have
Thinking
to
they're
come back
good or
into
they're bad. Thinking this is good or that's bad. I was punished because I was bad. This happened because I was bad. That happened because I'm bad. I'm not good. I'm not worthy. I'm not good. I'm bad. Well, how am I bad? I'm good. I'm bad. I'm good. This division inside of the person is dividing the person.
Right. That is something.
So he suppresses the bad. This bad. I don't want to think about that or talk about that. I don't want that to come to reality. I don't want to think and talk about it. I'll hide it down in my tummy, in my liver, in my kidneys, in my hips, in my back, in my shoulders, in my neck. I'll hold it in my weak spots, in my injuries, in my inflammation, in my stomach, in my digestive system.
Right. I feel so ashamed. Let me hide. Let me cover up with food. Let me cover up with sex and drugs. All this other stuff. Let me hide. But the breatharian journey starts slowly bringing you back out. Slowly peeling up all those layers. And when these layers come along, break off, then it gives the opportunity for the light to come in. And the light is so powerful. It will heal us. It will nourish us. It will take care of us. Just slowly walk into it. This is truly awesome.
There's only one thing here. One thing. It's constant white light. The force from above is constant white light. If you can't see the light, there's something wrong inside your mind, because the mind is the key that's separating the light from the being. The mind is the key that separates the light from the being. So if you can't see the light, there's something wrong in the mind that has to be dealt with. A decision has to be made. A choice has to be made. It has to be a choice. The light needs you to choose to come back to it. The light wants you to come back to it, and it needs you to choose it, to intend yourself there yourself.
Absolutely. And see, this is why a spiritual journey is called a self-realization. See, we're speaking these words just like the words was in the books over 100 years ago. But then a person, when they really start looking at themselves and take on this great adventure, that's what it is, a great adventure, you'll start discovering this on your own, on your different degrees of levels of where you at. But you at least got to get started.
But it's scary.
Yeah.
Oh, it's scary.
Right now,
I don't want to do it. It's too scary. I'm not going to do it.
But just by me and you having this conversation, think about this. This conversation wasn't talked about 30 or 50 years ago like this now. We're on social media. There's more people like never before coming into this movement. So now we got greater support movements, more people into this knowledge. All of this is building bigger and bigger. And right now, the reason why I'm here in California, I am actually establishing a 24/7 breatharian center. We're doing it right now. So we got a headquarters on the planet. It ain't about no set time or what day the retreat gonna come. Totally open, a temple that is actually dedicated to the light. This is powerful.
Elitom Elamin and Venice Beach having a conversation, a very inspiring, realizing conversation, a conversation that is healing and important for me. Looking for Elitom. And I'll say, you know, what we're really talking about here. Oh, there he is.
Oh, did it go off?
Yeah. I'm back, brother. I got you back again.
Oh, so it's on now.
Yeah, we're back again.
Oh, good. Well, I was telling people that the reason why I'm here in California is to establish a permanent. Are you still on?
Yep.
All right.
I heard that you're starting a center down there, a breatharian center that people can be involved with learning.
So people could come and get the information 24/7. So we're going beyond it.
The information that we need to get, the information that we need to arrive at is you know, a acknowledging and a healing of the self that
I was jumping in and out a little.
I can't hear you, bud. I think we're losing our signal. It looks like that may be the end of our transmission for today. We all need to marry the two forces that are within us, right? We have to marry the light and the dark within us to come to full knowledge and full knowing of the self. Embracing.
All right, here we go.
Yes, brother. Yes, brother.
Now, where did where we left off at?
Well, I know you've got that you're down there. You're building a center. You're coming into a creation of a center. You're making something where all people can come together to learn about breatharianism and what it really is, and dispel a lot of the myth and a lot of the fear that it's something bad. You know, this is the thing, is that people think that this is like maybe paganism or devil worship, or it's something evil. It seems like it's something bad. It's something that's maybe trying to just steal your money, or it's some sort of trap. It's not possible to sustain. It's not about not eating, guys. Not eating is a part of it. That just happens because as you come into alignment with the energy force within you, you need less food. That's all. And that just happens. Eventually, when you come to realize this force that's within you, because right at the beginning, you aren't aware of the force. You don't know about the force that's within you. And that awareness of force has been lost because of a division that's going on within the being. And the being has gotten a division because the mind has been programmed. And the mind has been programmed from when you were a child. As soon as you cried, you were pacified with a sucker, a soothie, something to put in your mouth to make you not cry anymore, because that was uncomfortable for the parent and uncomfortable for you. And we learned right from day one that, you know, crying, we want to get away from it. And we start, you know, putting that down and hiding that away and shoving that part of ourselves away. And all through school, we're taught, you know, learn this, mark, you're good. Learn this, you get a mark, you're good. Learn this, get a mark, you're good. Learn this, get a mark, you're bad. You're bad, you're good. You're bad, you're good. You get taught like this all the way till you're 18, or you go into university, you continue this. If you want to be a doctor, you keep on going with this information of that stuff that's being put into your brain. And you start identifying with that brain, like the ego, like I can't let go of the ego. I know it's right. I know I'm right. And you identify with that being of brain, and you are not that being of brain. You are so much more than that. And you can marry the opposite ends of you, the brain being in the middle. You can marry the body and the spirit and the brain together. This marriage happens in meditation. That's what that marriage is. The marriage of both ends of you, both poles of you, the light and the dark. because that's what we are, two forces. The force of light of the sun and the force of love of Mother Earth, the creator, the creation. The Father light, the Father, the will of the Father, the light of the Father, and the womb of the Mother, the Mother Earth, the creator, where we have the trees and the flowers and the birds and the bees and the animals, the beasts, and the human being. The human being is here on the earth, marrying the two great forces that are here. The force of light, the force of light that comes from the quantum field, that comes from the source. The light that comes from the source is shone through the sun. The loving force of the universe is shined into a cosmic wave. It's called light. And that light comes down here onto the earth, and the earth marries that light and creates the trees and the animals and the humans who have the conscious ability to marry the two forces. To marry the two forces within. And once the two forces are married within, the human is completely united with the power and has the power to live without food. Now that's a preparation that has to happen. It's a detoxification, it's an exercise change, it's a nutrition change, it's a mindset change, and it's a meditation practice, a daily meditation practice, that when we pull all of this together, that this is a possible result, is to be able to live without food, or without much less food anyways, right? To live without a lot of things if you want, or live with any way that you want. It's all choice. That's what it is. That's human power. Human power is choice, right? It seems I've lost touch with my mentor. I'm grateful for the time that I had with him, with you, Elitom. Blessings, brother. Thank you. Thank you for being a great inspiration for me, and thank you for being a great inspiration for me today. And to all those that are listening, and to all those that have listened, thank you for watching, and watch for so much more to come, because I'm nothing but on fire for this message. Blessings, the Elamin, wishing you a happy, healthy, awesome afternoon. Bye-bye, Elitom. Talk to you soon, brother.